Hey, welcome back. Another episode of my hobby log. Bit to show you and a bit of progress in some items. So these here are the last sprues of 10mm orcs from Mantic. So I've got two of them left that I'm working on, and then I'll be onto the vehicles. Still recovering from a wash, so they're a bit dark at the minute. But you'll see all them whenever you're ready. I'll show you just the stuff that I have been working on, and that is nearly a full large Ferrero Rocher tray's worth. That's about 4.5 sprues worth. And then there's tanks and half a dozen of this style tank in the works. Somewhere out drying too. So that's all been basically the sprue based items. And that I've been working on a couple of bases for, where'd the other one go? I made a start on. I had done it a while back, and there it is. It had sat unvarnished and untouched for ages. So these are for a couple of cave trolls that I had made for my Gloomspite Gitz army. So he sits there, and this guy goes in. As you can see, he sits in here, and he'll get attached here just to tie them into the previous ones. So the likes of this guy here, where they have all the flowers and the dead branches on the bottom as if they're thumping through the undergrowth. So it's been those two I've made a progress on. I had hoped that this week would be a lot easier. The past fortnight maybe would have been a bit easier, a bit of a let up, but it hasn't. And as we all know, life around Christmas time gets busier, and when you're expecting another wean, it gets even busier. So also been working on this guy here. He's from Mirsa Minis again, or Mirse Minis, whatever you want to call him. He's a Yasian something, abhorrent, or I don't know, they all have funny names. He's a giant troll, or an ogre is what I'll be using him for. He's got a big ball of flesh that he's thrown at somebody. You can see his hands are nicely soaking into it. And then he's got some form of deformity in the back. So yeah, we'll see how he goes. This guy here, being primed, I'm working on the base. He's quite a big boy. He's not big for Mirse, but he's the baby Hydra. I'm going to start a bit on his base too. We'll see how he gets on. So those are the painting on the building. What have I been printing? I like how they're plastic. These here, more Atlantes for Darklands. These are the Greek Oplites, and one of the main characters whose name I forget offhand. And then a couple of the centaurs. I've got 4 more of these centaurs to build with spear and shield, and then 5 of them to print with bow and arrows. Those are bronze artifacts. I still need to print bases for them because I don't have any. And then also printed was this guy who I've been waiting down a chunk for. This is Nadalung. He's a lot bigger than I thought he would be. Basically a giant moose or deer, and he is a beast. So I don't know why I didn't expect him to be quite so big, but he is. So yeah, progress wise, 100%ed my goals, so everything else from now on is just a bonus. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you again in the not so distant future. Bye.